my blogs and different things that I do. So yeah, well, I finally figured out how to go live. I think we are live on YouTube. So if you are watching on YouTube, hello. But anyway, I'm going to start off singing a song of mine, and it's called Storyteller. I hope you enjoy. On a Sunday evening, I'm looking back over all the years and where I've been, looking at the photographs. I'm remembering you were right there, and you have been ever since. With every page it turns, whoa, that was bad. I see your faithfulness. Ooh, the mountain where I climbed, the valley where I fell, you were there all along. That's the story I'll tell. You brought the pieces together, made me this storyteller. Now I know it is well, it is well. That's the story I'll tell. There were some nights I felt like they would last forever, but you kept me breathing and you were with me right there. And all that you have done for me, I could never hold it in. So here's to me telling this story over and over again. Ooh, the mountain where I climbed, the valley where I fell, you were there all along. That's the story I'll tell. You brought the pieces together, made me this storyteller. Now I know it is well, it is well. That's the story I'll tell. 'Cause you hold the broken, you heal my every cry, every cry. My eyes are open, I know that it is well, it is well. The mountain where I climbed, the valley where I fell, you were there all along. That's the story I'll tell. You brought the pieces together, made me this storyteller. Now I know it is well, it is well. That's the story I'll tell. That's the story I'll tell. For years and years and years I'll tell. That's the story I'll tell. Thank y'all so much for tuning in via YouTube. I think we got some viewers on YouTube and Periscope. So will you follow my Periscope? Sure. I would love to. When I'm off the Periscope, I will totally follow you. So yeah, in case you're just tuning in, my name is Morgan Harper Nichols. And if you're listening on YouTube, please leave a comment. This is my first time doing this, so I want to see how this works. So please leave a comment and say hello. Tell me where you're from. If you are a musician or if you know musicians, you're going to want to invite them to this Periscope. I'm going to be talking a lot about just being in the music industry, being in the entertainment industry, and what that means. But just as a sort of way to sort of gear up to that, I definitely want to sing a few songs for you guys, because that is what I do, and I am a musician. But yeah, what are anybody have any requests, any particular songs that you would like for me to sing? I would totally love to try them. If it's my song, I might actually know it. Oh, of course. Follow me on Instagram. Oh, tough. Yeah. Yes. Oh gosh, you guys are requesting like seriously all of my favorite songs on my record. Oh, and if you want to share the broadcast, all you have to do is click on you have to swipe up if you're on Android, and you swipe to the left if you are on a if you're on an iPhone. Yeah, anyway. So anyway, I'll sing a little bit tough. You make me tough when I feel like giving up. I'll never be strong enough, but I'm counting on your love to make me tough. Oh. Shattered pieces of my heart, you put them back together. It's not a fire that can leave a mark. It only makes me better. When I'm losing confidence, I remember your promises. Even when I got nothing left, you make me tough. Oh, when I feel like giving up, I'll never be strong enough. I'm counting on your love to make me tough. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause I wanna be grateful, grateful. Don't let me miss a single gift that you've given me. I wanna be grateful, grateful. Wherever I am, I'm in your hands, where I'm supposed to be. 'Cause you are and you always will be. Good, thankful. I should learn the words to my own songs one day. Wow, we have a lot more people in here. Thank you so much for inviting your friends. I did see Jamie pop up somewhere. I think my sister's in here. What's up, Jamie? And I saw producer Sean Hill in here too. What's up? Thank you so much for inviting your folks. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, you're not getting any video. What? So if you're having any issues, you can actually watch this on YouTube as well. Just go to my website. It's morgan.com. That's it. It's Morgan. itsmorgan.com/live, and you will get the link to watch it on YouTube. So I'm doing this exact same thing on YouTube. We only have 3 viewers over there, so feel free to go check it out on YouTube. I will not be offended if you stop watching on Periscope and you head over to YouTube. So yeah, so if you see me looking up, that's because I'm looking at the YouTube people, and YouTube people, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the Periscope people. So yeah, I have been singing a little bit, so I'll sing a little bit more. It was another song someone requested. I can't remember what it was. This is the song I'm going to be singing tomorrow. It's an old one. It's my favorite one. Favorite worship song. One of my favorites. When the music fades, all is stripped away, and I simply come, longing just to bring something that's of worth, that'll bless your hearts. I'll bring you more than a song, for a song in itself is not what you have required. You search what's deeper within, through the way things appear. You're looking into my heart. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the thing I made it, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. Oh, oh. We're just everyday people trying to make a difference. We want to know we got it right. Gotta know our purpose, gotta know what's worth it. We want to live a good life. We're just everyday people. We want to know we matter, living life that testifies. We're just everyday people, everyday people. Wanna fight the good fight. Thank you guys so much for making the requests and inviting your followers and sharing and all the hearts. So, yeah, I think I saw a few more requests. Someone wanted me to sing Prayer for Grace. Prayer for Grace in the morning. I saw those. So I did sing Grateful already, but I'll sing it again. I'm trying to figure out the best key to play it in, y'all. Sorry, I do this all the time. With every breath, so with every breath you give to breathe, I pray it's your glory that they see, and of all the words this world could say, may they say I was full of grace. Oh, 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 the mountain where I climbed, the valley where I fell, you were there all along. That's the story I'll tell. You brought the pieces together, made me the storyteller. Now I know it is well, it is well. That's the story I'll tell. All right, so I know some of you guys are saying that it's not working. So what you can do is actually just head on over to YouTube. I'm doing the same thing on YouTube. So if you can't see me, but you can hear me, I'm doing the same thing on YouTube. All you have to do is type in my website, which is It's Morgan. So itsmorgan.com. That's it. itsmorgan.com/live. And I have the link right there to go and watch the same thing on YouTube. So YouTube is a little bit more reliable than Periscope, but Periscope is a little bit quicker. So that's why I wanted to do it on both. And we've got 190 people here in Periscope, but we only have 4 in Google, on YouTube/Google Hangouts. So if you want to join us on YouTube, you are more than welcome to. I happen to know that that one is working a little bit faster. So so anyway, so in case you're just tuning in, or in case you don't know who I am or what this is all about, Morgan, how is Jamie? I think Jamie is great. I haven't seen Jamie in a while. I actually will see her in a few days. So we don't live in the same place, but I will see her soon. Family's doing good. My mom is still having some health issues, so please still keep her in your prayers. Patrick is doing good. Patrick is my husband. Today is his holiday, St. Patrick's Day. I'm kidding. He actually just left to go to the store. He doesn't like doing Periscope. I'm trying to talk him into doing it. So he thought I was doing Periscope, but he was like, I have to go to the store. So I was like, okay, all right, well, I guess I'll see you later. I did sing Tough. I already sang Tough. So anyway, the reason why I wanted to do this Periscope on my other Periscope page, so I have like my music page. Yes, I am in Texas. I live in Dallas, Texas. The reason I wanted to do this Periscope is, for one, if you are a musician or singer-songwriter, let me know in the comments. Like, if you write music, sing music, have a YouTube channel, give me some hearts. Let me know if you are into music, and also let me know if you're a poet. Awesome. Yes, if you're a poet, if you're an actor, actress, aspiring actor, actress, photographer, anything creative at all. So you want to be a singer. You do. So this Periscope is for you. So if you're not, you are a fledgling guitarist. Okay. Well, that is okay too. This video is for you as well. So if you are not a creative person, hello? Can you still hear me? Am I still there? Are my 3 people on YouTube still there? I think you're still there. Sorry, guys. This is a bit of a work in progress here. Periscope is giving us some issues, but if you're still here, I see some people still commenting. So anyway, I wrote this blog post yesterday, and I shared it online. I'm a follower of Christ. Can I be here? Of course. Yes, I'm a follower of Christ as well. So anyway, yeah, I wrote this post, and it was called "The Myth of It's All About Who You Know and Getting in Front of the Right People." So I wrote this post about why I think that's not necessarily true. And the reason why I wanted to write this post is because I believe that okay, now I will say this, like if your only goal in life is to be on a certain TV show or to sign to a particular record deal, then yes, you will need to know one particular person. It is about who you know, and you have to get in front of the right people. Like if your sole goal in life is to be on American Idol, then yes, you are going to have to get in front of the people at American Idol to, pursue a career in being American Idol. Actually, it's too late for that because this is the last season of American Idol. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. If you want to be on The Voice, you're going to have to get in front of the people who are on The Voice. If you want to be an actress on a particular TV show, you're going to have to know somebody on that particular TV show. However, if your goal is is beyond that, and your goal is to have an impact in your industry or your community, then I'm here to tell you, and I want to tell you, wait, let's see. It gave me some. I tried to open YouTube. It gave me some guy instead. Is anybody else having that issue where it says it's giving you a guy? Sorry, this is my first time doing both YouTube and Periscope at the same time. Let me just type it in really quick. America's Got Talent is a good one as well. Yeah, America's Got Talent is awesome. The reason why I mention those things is because the truth is like there have been people who have gotten. I'll sing Morning in a little bit. I'm definitely going to sing some more in a little bit, guys. So don't worry. All right, so I just clicked on my website, and it's me. I see me. So if you go to itsmorgan.com, itsmorgan.com/live, you're going to see a link that says watch it here on Periscope or YouTube Google Hangouts. I'll show you what the website looks like. Here we go. Oh yeah, when did I start playing guitar? I started playing when I was 14, and I'm 26 now. Ooh, I'm getting old. Right here. So this is my website. So you're just gonna go to itsmorgan.com, see itsmorgan.com/live, and it's right here on my website. Periscope, YouTube, and when you click on this link right here, it's gonna take you to this live video that we are having right now. And it's loading. And it's all, click on this link right here. Okay, now it's freaking out. But anyway, yes, that's it. That's all you have to do. It's itsmorgan.com/live. And there's a big, gigantic, bold link right there that says YouTube. So if you're having issues with Periscope, please log on there. And if you're just tuning in, don't worry, I didn't stop singing. I will go back to singing. But I also, just as I promised, I wanted to talk about this particular issue when it comes to the music industry and the entertainment issue. You're not old, you're beautiful. I think you can be old and beautiful, I think. Anyway, well, thank you. How do you get signed with GoTee Records? Me and my sister actually, well, we both I met people in the music industry through my sister, actually. She put up a YouTube video many years ago, and we've always written together and sung together. So once she started doing stuff, and you can read about her story online, I just sort of kind of started hanging out and doing that too. So I know that's a really random way of answering that. But yeah, that's how it happened. However, what I want to encourage you with, if you are a singer-songwriter, see, my daughter is at practice and I can't watch, but she is an aspiring singer, songwriter, musician. Any advice? Yes, this is my advice. My advice to you, every singer, songwriter out there, every aspiring singer, songwriter, worship leader, guitar player, poet, fiction writer, whatever, producer, whatever it is you do, this is my advice to you. Yes, it is true that if you want to be successful, it's all about who you know. And it's all about getting in front of the right people. But there's a part two to that. And when it comes to it's all about who you know, it's about who you already know. Yes, I have that, Toby Mac. It's about who you know. It's not about who you wish you knew. It's not about the person that you went to go see in concert and they're on stage and you're like, oh, if only I could just meet them, then I would be successful. It's not about, if only I could just get through this voice audition or this America's Got Talent audition, then I would be successful. It's not about, well, if I could just get published in this magazine. It's not about that. It's about who you already know. What are you gonna do back at ATL? I'm actually headed there in a few days. Oh, I know you. Anyway, so yes, it is about networking. But I think sometimes when we tell ourselves like, oh, I want to be, it's all about who we know. We're not thinking about who we know. We're thinking about who we want to know. We're thinking about the people that we wish we had connections with, people that we wish we could network with, people that we wish would tweet about us and give us shout outs and make us famous. And even though there are tons of stories out there of people who posted a video on YouTube and then it went viral and then next thing you know, they were on Jimmy Fallon the next week later. There are also stories of people who literally started doing what they were doing in their local church and they became really proficient at what they did. And they became super on the right track and rooted and grounded and were successful in their ministry. And if they decided to turn it into a business, and they spent years in the background. They spent years where they only had 100, 200 followers on social media. And that's okay. I know sometimes it might be really hard if you've been working so hard on your talent and you're not getting where you want to get with your guitar playing, and you're not getting where you want to get with your piano playing, or you're trying to write songs and they're just not good. You don't feel like they're good, or you've tried out for auditions but you've never made it, or the auditions where you have tried it out, they've just been local auditions and you haven't been able to do any of the mainstream stuff. Yes, Jamie's making new music. She is working on stuff, so it'll be out soon. But anyway, yeah, that's all I really want to encourage you all with, is that when it comes to getting in front of the right people, please know this. And if you're taking any notes, write it down. Just remember this. Do you mentor people with this? I do this, but I actually would like to start doing more things like this, just because I know it gets tough out there, guys. Like if you're a teenager, like I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be 15, 16, 17, and you're seeing kids your age on social media who have so many more followers than you. And you might even be watching them and thinking they're not even that good, or I could be good just like them, or maybe, maybe if I just got them to tweet about me, then I could be famous like them. I know what that feels like, guys. Like me and Jamie both, like we used to do not everything we could, but we used to do all kinds of stuff to be like, okay, who can we get to hear our music? Oh my gosh, like hopefully they'll like us. Maybe they'll think we're good. I know what that feels like. But I also know that there are people right in front of you. There are people right in front of you who want to hear your music. There are people right in front of you who love that you play guitar. And what you have to realize is that the more you spend time with those people that are right in front of you, the people that you already go to church with, the people that you already go to school with, the people that you already hang out with, the more you spend time with those people and the more you spend time building those relationships, then it will spiral and it will start to grow, because those people will start to tell their friends, hey, look, I have this friend. She plays guitar. You should check out her Instagram page. And you start making friends with those people, and then those people tell their friends, and those people tell their friends, and those people tell their friends. So, you know, I have no clue. They all think I'm useless. You are totally not useless. You may be around people who have looked at you in the eye and said, you are useless. But that still doesn't make you useless. Even if someone's telling you you are useless, or you think they think you are useless, you are not useless. You have a gift. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your gifts are. I don't know what your skills are. But I am here to tell you that you are not useless. Your life has a purpose. The mere fact that you're breathing is a reason you have a purpose. So sometimes we can think that our purpose is to be on a stage somewhere, and then if we can't get on that stage, we start to think, oh, well, I'm not fulfilling my purpose. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is not to just be on a stage. If you're a follower of Christ, your purpose is to live for Jesus. It's to live for the glory of God and bring glory to Him on earth as it is in heaven. Your purpose is not to be on the stage. Now, if that becomes a part of what you do, and if that's something that you get the opportunity to do, you know, one day or 5 years from now or 10 years from now, that's amazing. But don't live for those big moments, because it's in those small moments. It's in these moments where you're just sitting in your room and you're just writing songs, and it's just you and God, and it's just you and your notebook, and you are going to start to grow, not only as an artist, but as a person. And I'm telling you guys, like that is more valuable. That is more valuable than just trying to go all around town and just get in front of whoever you can get in front of. So I know what that's like, and I'll give you an example. It's not exactly music related, but it is followers related. So anybody on Instagram, I don't know why I'm like raising my hand as if you can like raise your hand in here. But I'm sure a lot of you guys are on Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram, you're probably on Twitter or YouTube or whatever. Well, anyway, Instagram is probably like my favorite social media network. Like I use Instagram more than anything else. So I use Snapchat like once every year. I use Twitter like twice a year. I use Periscope like once every blue moon. But I love Instagram. So I started this blog back in 2012 where I was posting things on Instagram. And when I started, there was like a lot of other blogs that were similar to mine that kind of started at the same time. Do you want to email? Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking to someone else. So, and if you have any questions for me, anything, that same link, it's morgan.com/live. You can find the YouTube link, you can find the Periscope link, and you can also find a form to email me. So if you have any questions, that's my email address. You can email me right then and there, and I will be glad to answer them. So anyway, I had this Instagram account, and I had about 2,500 followers. And after about 5 or 6 months, I wrote this blog post called 40 Questions to Ask Yourself Before You Date a Guy. And it was for people who were, did you lose me? Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm talking to YouTube now. Are you guys there? Hanging out? Yeah, what's my Twitter? My Twitter is it's Morgan Media. So ITS Morgan Media. And I have a music Twitter as well, and it's Morgan Music. So anyhow, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about my Instagram. So I had about 2,500 followers, and this was after a few months. I had a blog post that I wrote that kind of went like a little viral on Pinterest, and I will tell that story another time. So I had about 2,500 followers, and I was feeling pretty good about it. But then there were all these people who were posting things that were similar to mine. So I guess you could say they're my competition, but I don't really like that word because I'm not competing with these people. But they were doing things that were similar to mine, which is great. We all had Christian women, blogs that were catered to our Christian women. And these people started to get more followers than me. And they started to get way more people following them. And I started to look at what I was doing, like, well, what am I doing wrong? Like, they're getting way more followers, way quicker, like, and I'm sitting here like struggling to get a follower. And why are they not as near as there's 200 people in here. This is awesome. Anyway, why am I struggling so hard to get followers? So I really kind of struggle with that. And y'all, this isn't when I was like 15. Like I was an adult. I am married. I had a full-time job. This is like me as an adult, like right now. Well, not right now, but this was what, 3 years ago. I'm 26. So I was 22, 23 when this is happening. So anyway, I started to get, really kind of worried. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why aren't people following me? Like, why don't they think this is something good? Like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And, one day I just had to have a heart check. I had to realize, I said, you know what? I'm so concerned about getting in front of the right people so I can get more people to follow my blog, that I'm forgetting about the people that are right here. I'm forgetting about the people. I'm forgetting about the 2,500 people that are right here. Now, I know on Instagram, 2,500 followers is not a lot of followers. There are singer-songwriters out there who do what I do, who have millions of followers, way more than me and way more than I probably ever will. There are blogs out there who have way more of a following, way bigger budgets. I know that. But this is 2,500 people. And I started to think about, I was like, what if those 2,500 people were all standing in front of me? What if they were all standing in front of me? Oh, and the blog I'm talking about, we actually just changed the URL because some people think that it's quiet, and it's actually quite the women. So it's QWC. Thank you for writing it down. It's QWC Devos. So it's the same on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. We're even on Tumblr. It's just QWC Devos, and it's just for the ladies. Just for the ladies. If you're a guy, you can follow it, but just know it's for the ladies. So anyway, I started to think about it. I was like, you know what, 2,500 people, it might not be a lot to somebody who has a blog that has 200,000 followers, but you know what? That's 2,500 people that God put in my life, my digital life, to talk to. So who am I to look over them in hopes that I can get other people to follow me when there's already 2,500 people here? And I'm telling you all, the moment I adapted that mindset, and the moment I started to look at it from that perspective, and I started to focus on the people that were already right there, I stopped worrying about the people that I wished were there. I stopped worrying about the people that I thought would be the right people. And I started to think about the people that were right there, is when more of the right people started coming. And this was when I started seriously doing this was in 2014. And now our account has over 57,000 followers. And I don't share that to brag to you. I don't share that and say, oh, look what I did, because that's not what it was about. I had to humble myself, and I had to look and say, you know what? I'm spending so much time wishing there were more people listening to what I had to say. I'm spending so much time wishing more and more people were following me and were believing in what I did, that I'm forgetting about the people that were already right there. Like my husband, who was also right there. Say hello.
Hello.
Remember, y'all, he doesn't like doing live videos. So, you want to come say hi to everybody? Oh my gosh, you're being so awkward. He's not that awkward. This is Patrick, everyone. Tell him Happy Patrick's Day.
It's my birthday. My second birthday.
His second birthday. His real birthday is March 1st. So we say this is his second birthday. Everyone says, hey, Patrick.
Hey.
Did you bring some food? No, you didn't bring food. Nope. We have leftover lasagna for dinner. We got to eat all of our leftovers before we go out of town. I like all the green hearts. Thanks, guys. Everyone says hello. Everyone says hello. Sorry, he's gone away now. That's probably the most we will see of him for the afternoon on Periscope. So anyway, yeah, we've been married it'll be 6 years in October. So almost 5.5 years. Craziness. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. And that was pretty much what this blog post was about. Again, if you're just tuning in, I wrote a blog post that was called The Myth of It's All About Who You Know and Getting in Front of the Right People. And I wrote this to encourage people to see, I wrote this to encourage people to see that it's not about getting on the big stage first. It's not about October 22nd is my wedding day. Awesome, we're the 17th. It's not about getting on some big stage in front of all the people with all the lights. It's about starting small. I know it can be hard when you see people who are your age, who are doing the same thing. Maybe they go to the same school. Maybe they're in the same class. Maybe it's your sibling. Maybe it's your close friend, and they've got more followers. They've got more likes. They've got more people paying attention to them. They get more compliments. And this doesn't just apply to the music industry or entertainment industry. This applies to anything. But I'm telling you guys, comparison, it'll kill you. So it'll kill you on a personal level, and it'll also kill what industry you're trying to get in, and it'll also kill what what passions you have. Like it'll destroy you. So I'm super passionate about that, being in front of the people that are already right there. And y'all, I'm telling you all, even if, let's see, comparison of heart, God has you where you're at for a purpose. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. I'm very glad that you shared that. And I'm trying to read everyone else's comments. And if you have, and what are some other things that you feel like, if you're an artist, like that you've struggled with, like what is something that is just really hard for you to overcome? Like even if it's something just like technical, it doesn't have to be like super deep or anything. Do you think about me dating Jamie? Sorry, I don't know who you are. I feel like I can't sing. That's okay. You know what? I've never heard you sing. So I don't know if you can or cannot sing, but do know that if you can't sing, say, okay, I'll just make up a person real quick. So let's say I'm learning to pay more attention, being faithful, something I learned in therapy. Awesome. Stage fright is a nightmare. Okay, so I think stage fright applies to this too. So here's the thing. You love music. Like I'm just gonna make up a person here. This person just loves music. They listen to music all the time. They go to concerts all the time. They, when their new band releases a new album, they're the first ones to get it. They've got a fan page even for their favorite artists, or they're always a friend that knows about the new songs, and they're the ones telling everybody, oh, go buy this album, go do this, go do that. Let's say you're that person. Let's say you're like the biggest music person ever. And let's say you can also hold a tune. Let's say you can also sing or play guitar or, oh, you missed my vlogs. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, hello. I know you. I love your videos. Yes, I know. I have totally fallen off the bandwagon with my vlogs. It has been so bad, but I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come back strong. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. So anyway, like I was saying, is like you're somebody who loves music, you love playing guitar, you love singing and all that kind of stuff. Consider this. You can love what you do. You can love to sing, and you can love to play guitar. You can love to write songs. You could even love to travel and go see concerts and be that one guy or that one girl who's always front row center that knows every single song. And when they pass you the microphone, you can sing it and you're all about it. You can be that person. And you can also be okay if you do not have a career in music, because having a career in music is not measured by if you are a certain level of good or not. There are people, I know plenty of people who are like this, who can sing and play guitar and they can write songs, but you would never hear them on stage. Why? Because they're great producers. This doesn't mean that they are bad singers. It doesn't mean that they are bad guitar players or that they're bad at performing. Maybe they have stage fright, but they could still do it if they wanted to. It doesn't mean they're bad, but they're amazing producers. There are people who are exceptionally amazing singers, and they've never tried out for The Voice. They've never tried out for American Idol. They've never put out an album, and they never will. And that is okay. That is awesome, because music, while it is a job and while it is a business, it's not the only way to do music. So if the way that you express your music is just at family functions and church, know that that is just as important and just as valuable and just as needed as someone who is traveling and singing in arenas. I know it might be hard to wrap your mind around that, but I'm telling you guys, you gotta think that way when it comes to creating. I have this practice of mine. I got to meet Lauren Daigle at Winter. She is awesome. I love Lauren Daigle. I've gotten the wonderful opportunity to meet her and know her. We worked with the same producer. Paul Maybury produced both of our records, so she's actually singing on Storyteller, and I'm singing on her album. So yeah, she's pretty awesome. So anyway, if you feel like you can't sing, or you feel like you're not a good singer, don't fret. Don't fret. That doesn't mean that you can no longer sing. It doesn't mean that you can no longer, you just have to stop singing because you don't feel like you're as good as Tori Kelly or Mariah Carey or Adele, because you can still sing. You can't let what someone else is doing stop you from singing. You might not be singing their songs on their stage doing what they're doing. Let's see, I need this encouragement to start writing again. Actually, you start a blog. Yes, that is awesome. The same applies with blogging. It's like you might be inspired by this one blogger. Like, okay, that's the kind of blog I want. When you start your blog, if you don't get as many followers as they do, or you don't get as much attention as they do, or you don't feel like your posts are as good as their posts, that doesn't mean that your posts are worth any less. Because I have this thing where, when I'm a songwriter, so I've had the wonderful opportunity to write songs that have been played on radio. The biggest one I've gotten to write with is my sister's song "Beautiful Day" by J.D. Grace. I got to be part of that song, and then my own song "Storyteller." And I've got to sit in a room with, seriously, I'm not gonna just sit here and just name drop, but I've gotten to sit in the room with people that I grew up listening to, like songwriters that I remember going to Lifeway Christian Bookstore and picking up their CD off the shelf and putting it in my old little old-fashioned CD player and listening to it. And then flash forward 10 years later, I'm sitting in the room writing songs with them. I've had that opportunity. It's been very rewarding. I love it. I seriously, I love to write, and I love to write with other writers in here. But I'm going to tell you this. When I'm getting to do that, that is no more valuable than the moments that I am sitting at home by myself and writing a song. It's not any more valuable. It's one way or another. It's just one way to write a song and another way to write a song. The same applies with any industry. You might get the opportunity to sit or to tour with or to sign a record deal with the person that you look up to, and they are just like, oh, this is the one person I've always wanted to be. This is the one person I always want to follow me. This is the one person I always want to pay attention to who I am. Don't let that change you. Don't let that get in your head. Oh, I must be good because that person followed me. I must be good because that person, commented my video. They said my singing was good, so therefore I'm a good singer. They said my song was good, so therefore I'm a good songwriter. Therefore I can do this as a career. No, you cannot let your success as an artist be measured by what other people say. Now, this doesn't mean that what they say doesn't have value. So if somebody leaves a comment and they're like, hey, I really like the way you sing, and there's somebody that you really appreciate, go crazy. Tell them, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, I love your music. Thanks for listening to mine. You don't have to downplay it. Like, yeah, that's a huge, exciting moment. I always feel content writing by myself. I thought that was wrong. No. Write by yourself. Like, I have this thing that I do, and I actually was talking about this and I think I got distracted. But I have this thing that I do where I will sometimes, I try to do this at least once a month, write a song that I don't record. I write a song. I don't record it on my phone. I don't try to remember it so I can get home and record it on Logic with my microphone and guitar. I don't record it. I just write it. You know why? Because sometimes you just have to write just to write. Sometimes that song just needed to come out. Sometimes maybe God just wanted you to hear that message. And he used a song that you wrote to tell it to you. Sometimes that happens, y'all. I'm telling you all. I've had moments like that where I was like sitting there and I was just writing a song. I was like, oh, this is so good. And I don't write it down. I'm like, you know what? Maybe that song was just for me. Maybe that's just for me. And the reason why I make an effort to not record it, I do it out of discipline. I do it out of discipline because it's so easy to start letting the things that you create, when you're creating for both work and for enjoyment and pleasure, it's so easy to start everything you do. Even when you're writing a worship song, you're thinking, oh, this one's going to be a hit. This one's going to be huge. Everybody's going to love it. Everybody's going to love me. They're all going to buy this. This is going to pay my mortgage. I'm going to be able to, buy an island now. Like this is the hit. This is the song. It's so easy to start slipping into that. And it's so easy to start making everything about the fame and the money and all that's associated with it, the followers. Even do that with social media. Sometimes, like, I've done this too. This is hard, God. This is hard. I've taken a picture that was awesome. And I've said, you know what? The first thing that was in my head was like, oh, I got to post it. Everyone's going to love it. Everyone's going to love this picture. I'm going to get so many likes. And I don't post it. You know why I don't post it? Because just because it was awesome, that doesn't mean that my followers always have to see it. That doesn't mean that what I post is for everybody all the time. Even when it's awesome, even when it's incredible, everything is not for everybody at all times. So the same thing applies when it comes to your art, and the same thing applies when it comes to the things that you sit down and create. Maybe it was literally just your grandmother that needed to hear your rendition of Amazing Grace. Maybe she was the one person that needed that for her soul. And maybe if the person down the hall heard it too, then great. But maybe just your grandmother needed to hear it. Maybe if you're a teenager, maybe your mom downstairs or your dad downstairs just needed to hear their kid singing a worship song upstairs. Maybe that was enough. Maybe that was just what they needed to remind them, you know what, everything's going to be all right. Or maybe that song that you uploaded to YouTube is going to reach 1 million people, but maybe it's going to reach 5 viewers. And of those 5 viewers was one person who was planning on taking their life. Just think about that for a moment. Think about if you write a song and you put it on YouTube and you're like, oh, everyone's going to love it. I'm so happy. I'm finally putting my original music on YouTube and it gets 5 views. That's going to hurt, maybe. I know it will hurt me if I uploaded a song tonight and I was like, hey, everyone, check out my song, my new song. And then like 3 days later, it has 5 views. I'm going to be like, really? Come on. I have more than 5 followers. Like more of you guys, you know, could have. How can you hear God is trying to speak to you? Also, how do you feel if he's speaking to you? You know, one thing I love about God that is just amazing is that God speaks to us in different ways. So if you look in scripture, I mean, God uses animals. He uses, you know, in the Old Testament, God would use animals. He would use other people. He would use all sorts of things like a fiery bush, all kinds of things to speak to people. And I believe that God speaks to us in different ways, but the way that you're going to know that God is speaking to you is you've got to talk to God. You've got to talk to him a lot. Honestly, I could go on with this for a while, but I'm just going to tell you that if you desire to hear God's voice in your life and you don't feel like God's talking to you, you got to talk to him more. Talk to him like he's your friend. Yes, in prayer. That's what I mean. Prayer, yes. But, you know, don't just think, is Logic an essential tool? Yes, I think are you talking about like the music Logic, Apple Logic? I know a lot of people use Pro Tools. I like Logic just because it's easier for me. You have 251 views. That's crazy. Well, thank you. So anyway, back to the views thing. Like I was saying, if you have 5 views, like imagine if you put up a blog post and it got 5 views on it. You put up your song on YouTube and it got 5 views on it. You put up your Instagram video and it got 2 views. You put up your Instagram photo and it got 2 likes, which by the way, guys, side note, if you've been noticing that you've been getting less Instagram likes lately, that's because Instagram is actually making changes now to be more like Facebook. So they're not going to do the thing now where they show you everybody's posts. They're starting to do where they're only going to show you the people that you interact with the most. So if you've been wondering like why you haven't been seeing certain people's posts or why other people aren't reacting to your posts as much, that is a new Instagram change. It's on the official Instagram blog. That's not one of those little rumors. That's like a legit thing. So, you know, and that's another thing. You know, I had to check myself too when I found that out. Like like I said, I have an account that has 57,000 followers, and a month ago we were averaging 300 likes per photo, and now we can't even get 2,000. And I had to think like, where do my likes go? Like my likes are going down. Like help me, tag your friend, like my posts. Like please, like I'm losing people. And I had to check myself. I'm like, Morgan, is that what it's about? Are you seriously, because 1,000 people didn't like this post, are you seriously going to let this bother you? When there are seriously, like, to a point, but yes, you're writing to us others as well. Oh, sorry if I missed that conversation, y'all. I've been trying to keep up a little bit. Petition Instagram. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people say, you know, they're going to petition Instagram. But, you know, my thing is that Instagram, yes, it's a free service, but they're also a company. And it costs millions and millions of dollars to be able to run Instagram. And I'm not paid to run Instagram. I don't know how Instagram runs Instagram. And I don't always like the changes that Instagram makes, but sometimes I do. So I'm just going to work with them and go with the flow and see what happens. So yes, sort of training ground and private matters. So I have been having this desire to reach God with my spoken word. How do you know if you are led by the Spirit? Moving to Twitter. Twitter's awesome. Yes, I love Twitter. Sorry, I'm like answering 5,000 questions at the same time. How do you know if you're being led by the Spirit? Well, when you accept Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, that is how God's Spirit, the Holy Spirit, lives inside of you. So that is the first start. And if you're like, I don't understand what that means, like, again, you can ask, like, Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. That's why I love that song. It explains it so clearly. I know Francesca Bastelli does it. Bethel, I think it's Bethel originally sings it. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. That's for you personally as well. Like, if you don't know what that means, you can pray, Lord, I want your Spirit. I want to be filled with the Spirit. And I actually blog about this on my other blog. I have three total like blog brand things that I do. So I know it's a lot, but I do a lot of different things. So I try to categorize it. I do itsmorganmusic.com, and there's itsmorganmedia.com, which is kind of this stuff right here where I help artists and encourage artists and stuff like that. And then I have It's Morgan Live, and that is like my strictly like ministry blog where I've done like studies in Galatians and different things like that, and I just like to encourage people to really get to know God for themselves and to read the Bible for themselves. It's so easy to just go to church and say, okay, my pastor said this, so let me just highlight this in my Bible real quick, and I guess I'm supposed to believe that. No. You got to know God for yourself. Even if you're 13 years old, it is not good enough to just sit in church and say, yeah, okay, that sounds good, and I guess I believe it, yay, I like that worship song. Nope, that's not enough. If you're going to go to church, and if you're going to be a follower of Christ, you've got to know God for yourself. You've got to have Jesus in your heart. So that is, sorry, a little rant there, but that is something I'm very passionate about. It doesn't take, you don't have to wait till you're, 35 or 45 or 55 to start taking your faith seriously. Read your Bible every single day. I know that sounds like such a cliche, but are you seriously, like, I have to ask myself this, like, am I waking up every single morning ready to worship? Am I waking up every single morning ready to read the Bible, ready to talk to God? So what's your life verse and why? Mine is Romans 1:16. Well, I have one, but lately I think I might have another one. I might lose my voice. So my first one is Galatians 6:9, and that is, let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. That is like my favorite verse. But lately I have another favorite verse, and seriously, like I like, when I'm writing things, I kind of sometimes have to stop myself. It's like the last 10 blog posts I wrote, I was like, and by the way, you need to read this Bible first. Seriously, y'all, it's my favorite. Ephesians 5:16, and that is making the most of every opportunity for the days are evil. Seriously, I don't know why, but not up until recently, I had never really read that verse the way that I read it recently. Like, seriously, that verse means so much to me, because there have been too many times in my life where I am not making the most, taking it back to music stuff, where I'm not making the most of every opportunity. I'm sitting here saying, okay, well, I'm going to start being more active on my posts once my music comes out. Okay, I'm going to start being professional once I get some professional photos. Okay, I'm going to start, taking this more seriously once I, finally get this together. There's so many times that we start to do that, and then we completely lose all these opportunities that we have every single day. We lose these opportunities that we have every single day to bring God glory and to make the most of every opportunity. And the second half of that verse is, for the days are evil. Because the truth is, y'all, people are hurting. All around us, people are hurting. You might be thinking, well, I'm kind of good right now. Like, I'm okay. But there's somebody who lives in your neighborhood who is broken right now. If you're in college, there's somebody who is probably in your dorm room who feels ugly. They feel worthless. There's somebody, they just broke up with their boyfriend, or their parents just called and said they're getting a divorce. You might not be going through something yourself, but y'all, people are hurting. People are broken all around us. I mean, if you turn on the news, you see nothing but brokenness and darkness in all shapes and forms. If you get on your Facebook feed and read the comments on your local news story, and I'm telling you guys, people are angry, they are broken, they are hurting, and the answer is there's a long way to go. Yeah, there's a long way to go. But the thing is none of this stuff, if you're a follower of Christ, none of this stuff is too big for Jesus. None of it is. It's too big for you. Yeah, if you go and try to fix everybody's problem, in your life, how will you go about bringing different cultures and races together when it comes to church? That's a really good question. For me, what I personally believe, there's a scripture, I can't think of it, where the Apostle Paul, and I can't even remember which epistle it's in. I got to look it up because I referenced it a few times and I don't remember which verse it is. But it's one of the epistles where Paul says, I think it might be in Philippians. No, it's not in Philippians. I can't remember where it is. But anyway, Paul says, I cannot wait to be with you. He's like, he says something to the effect of I'm writing this letter to you, but I can't wait to be with you. I feel like with social media, we've gotten in the internet, we've gotten so used to talking to people like this, which is it's cool. It's cool to talk to people digitally, that we forget about real face-to-face interactions. And the internet, while it's an awesome way to bring people together, it's also a way to tear people apart. Because you have people from different walks of life, you have people who have different stories and different backgrounds all coming together. Can you pray for my older sister? Her name is Camber. I didn't get to see the rest of that. But yes, we have all the Ephesians, maybe it is Ephesians. But anyway, we have all these people coming together from different aspects of life, and they're all coming together into one Instagram comment section, and everybody's just dishing out, well, I think Christians should do this, and I think Christians should do that, or I think Black people should do this, and I think white people should do that. People are just bigger and bigger and bigger back and forth. When in reality, most of those conversations, those people would not have face-to-face. They would not have face-to-face. Why? Because they would have more grace. They would have more compassion. They would be like, you know what? Maybe I don't know this person's story. Yes, they said something that offended me, but maybe I should ask. Your light must show on and off social media. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. And, you have cyberbullying. That's the thing. And I just, that's sort of like my main thing now. Is I really, what's your favorite Bible story? My favorite Bible story is, as you can probably tell, Paul is my favorite Bible character, is when Paul converts on the road to Damascus, and God, Paul is literally walking to Damascus, and God is like, hey, I'm about to completely change your life right now, and you're about to do something totally different. I know you're spending your whole life persecuting Christians, but guess what? You're about to be an apostle to Christians. You're about to tell them how to live the Christian life. I love that story. To me, that story has humor. It's real. It's reality, and that's how I feel my faith is sometimes. I'm okay, I'm about to go do this, and I got my life all figured out, and God's like, nope. Just kidding, Morgan. I've got you on a completely different track. I'm about to sing you somewhere totally different. So that is probably my favorite story. What's your favorite worship song? I have a few. I played Heart of Worship earlier. That's one of my favorites. It's lyrically, and the story behind that song. If you don't know the story behind Heart of Worship, I highly recommend looking that up. So, and if you're enjoying these kind of talks and conversations, I actually have wrote a book about this, and I've actually started to post that book to my email list and to my Instagram page, and you can find out how to connect with that at itsmorgan.com/live. I put the link there so you can follow and get this kind of message in your inbox if you like this kind of thing, as well as ask many questions. Which of your songs is your favorite song and why? I've actually been blessed. I love all my songs, but I don't know what's my favorite. Oh my gosh, that song has been on my heart this week. Yeah, isn't it incredible? I love that song. So does anybody else have any questions or things that you've been thinking about the music industry? Or I would love sharing your thoughts. I don't know if you already said this. What's your favorite verse? I have two, Galatians 6:9 and Ephesians 5:16. When did I something about a weird guy. I didn't get to see the rest of that comment. I am really sorry. I missed that, guy. So, and if you're just tuning in, my name is Morgan Harper Nichols. I am a singer-songwriter. I'm a writer, and I also have a media company where I publish a lot of things. And I love helping other artists and other people who desire to be bloggers or singers or creatives. And yeah, that's kind of what I do. You can find out more about me at itsmorgan.com. Everything you need to know is there. Seriously, it's that simple. It's just itsmorgan.com. Itsmorgan.com. What instruments do you play? I play guitar and piano primarily. Those probably my main two. I'm getting a little rusty on piano, y'all. It's been a while. But I was actually at someone's house I think a month ago, and they're like, okay, can you play piano? I was like, yeah, sure. And I sat down and I was like, I need to practice that. But I also play the harp. That's my very first instrument. The actual harp. That was my very first instrument. I play harmonica, I play bass, mandolin. Madison said hi. Oh, hey, Madison. I know you. So, yes, I play the harp, which is cool. So anyway, back to the blog post. I was sharing, that's kind of how this Periscope kind of got started, is because I wrote a blog post yesterday. What do you think of Christian artists collaborating with secular artists? That's a really good question. I think that Christians, take out the word artists, Christians collaborating with anybody who is a non-Christian, you have to, it's not just like, okay, don't do it or do it. Because every artist is different. You have some secular artists who are instrumentalists and they play jazz or classical. You have some secular artists who are Christians who sing secular music, and their music still reflects who they are in Christ. You have some secular artists who say they're Christians and their music doesn't necessarily reflect who they are in Christ. So I honestly think that because our faith isn't just like, okay, God, pass me, like this is something that type carefully. Itsmorgan.com pops up some strange stuff. Really? It might be that might be like a spam thing or anything. But I know if you type in itsmorgan.com, that's just me. And if you happen to type in morgan.com, that's just JP Morgan. So sorry if you found something weird. That's weird. So yeah, it says itsmorgan.com. So yeah, I think it's honestly, you have to stay prayed up and you have to know and you have to talk to the Lord. Surround yourself with some Bible believing people. It doesn't matter if you're an artist who is making millions of dollars. Surround yourself with some people who will hold you accountable and ask them, hey, should I do this collaboration? What do you think about that? That's what I think. What do you do when people don't believe that music is a practical career? Well, honestly, I've heard stories like of somebody that I grew up listening to. I grew up listening to this person, and they told me like 2 or 3 years ago that their family members like just started believing that their career was a real thing. And this person is pretty successful. Like in every way that you can be successful, they are pretty successful. So there are going to be some people who do not believe that you can be an artist and it's a full-time job. And sometimes they might have a legitimate reason why they're saying that. Maybe they know somebody who tried to be an artist or tried to be a full-time poet, and now they don't have anywhere to live. So there are stories like that. But there are also stories of people who went to school for engineering and dropped out, and they don't have anywhere to live either. So everybody's going to come to the conclusions as to why they think that you should not do it. I think ultimately you just have to be wise and surround yourself with wise people. And, any suggestions for people unable to physically get to church? Yeah, okay, I'll get to that. I definitely think that you've got to surround yourself with wise people. And if you're still in high school and it's your parents saying, hey, I don't think you should pursue a career in music, you do not have to pursue a career in music right now. Honor your parents. Don't try to go behind your parents' back and have some secret music career so you can have a movie about it later about how your parents didn't believe in you. It's not worth it. Honor your parents. And you've got plenty of time. I know when you're 16, when you're 15, I've been there. You feel like, oh, I've got to get on YouTube right now because there are people who are my age who are on YouTube who are super successful. And if I don't start right now, then I'm going to be super late. I'm never going to, no. You've got time. Be a kid. There's so many kids online who have millions of followers and they're doing incredible things. But there are also some kids online who have a whole bunch of followers and they are incredibly unhappy. I know it may seem like from their Snapchat that they are just living the time of their lives, but guys, it's not all about that. It is not all about that. Have you ever heard of Texas Bible Institute? No, I don't think I have. Yeah. So someone had asked about, what do you do if you have a physical disability and you can't go to church? If you have internet access, there are lots of great churches that meet online and services that you can watch. And, even maybe if you know someone who does go to a physical church, like an actual building, ask them like, hey, does your church have small groups? Like maybe you guys could meet here sometime. It's a community aspect. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like perhaps you could have those people come to you. Maybe if you have a friend or two that have a free night, you guys can have Bible study at your house. That's church. Some churches have a organ or something, I think. That's cool. So, does anybody else have any music-related questions or thoughts? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And again, I would love for you guys to get on my mailing list if you want this kind of stuff in your inbox. And if you're not a mailing list person, that's okay. I will be posting this on my media Instagram page and my Facebook page. So, yeah, I feel like the Christian music industry is separated culturally by gospel music and CCM. Yes, that's very true. Sometimes different styles are associated with different cultures, musical styles, and I honestly think that what we as Christians have to do is that if we are creating music as followers of Christ, then we cannot allow ourselves to just be stuck with a certain group of people, even within the genre that you're in. Like, let's say you desire to be in CCM. I'm still going to ask you to meet Jamie Bitter. You, Jamie. Oh, cool. Have you met Capital King? Yes, I have. John from Capital Kings actually wrote on my song, Everyday People. So, yeah, I've got a chance to write with him. It's pretty cool. So, let's say, oh, yeah. You might be like, oh, well, I only like Christian hip hop. I'm not really about that CCM stuff. Or I only like hard rock. I only like hardcore. I don't like post-hardcore. Or I only like country. I don't like alternative country. If you're a follower of Christ and you're listening to people who are followers of Christ and your community of people who are followers of Christ, I don't really think that we get to be like, I'm not going to support that person because they're different than me. I think that we have to challenge ourselves. We have to challenge ourselves to get into a place where we can be one. Can you explain music publishing? Ooh, okay. Let me Google that real quick. Okay. But no, really. Music publishing, essentially, like, let me actually Google it so I can give you a real answer. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't want to mislead you. But I mean, essentially, a music publisher, they help you publish your music. So they help you publish your music, whether it be, is responsible for ensuring songwriters and composers receive payment when their compositions are used commercially. Yes. So if your song is being used by Sonic, the drive-through restaurant, your publishing is going to help make sure you're getting paid for that. Or if your song is sung by another artist, or maybe a movie wants to use your song, your publishing handles all that. How long does it take to make a record? Sometimes people take like a few months, sometimes a few years. I've known some to even do it in a few weeks. Mine took about a year. Are you going to LA for Azusa Street revival outpouring? I don't think I am, but that sounds cool. So yeah, is there such thing as a Christian country music? I believe that you and Jamie are the only types. I know, right? I'm kidding. I would say that there are a few artists out there who kind of have like a country vibe, but I don't really think that there's like a subcategory of like country Christian music. But I personally think there should be, and there could be, because it would be awesome, and I would love it. I love country music. So hey, maybe if you're an artist, maybe you should start it. And that's another thing. It's like you might be looking at like maybe there's like a certain group of like celebrities that you follow, or like you're like, oh, squad goals. Like at one point in time, whatever that squad was, or whatever that small little genre was, or community was, or this one little community and that's in Nashville or in LA, whatever that community was, there was a point in time where they were just kids hanging out in a garage making music. And you might not feel like you and your friends are capable of something like that, but you are. It's nothing wrong with jumping on to what other people are doing, but you can start something yourself. You can start a new genre. Like you don't have to always sing in the same genres that everybody else sings in. So, I said that to someone the other day. I was like, you know what? There's no indie Christian genre. Like why is that like not a thing? Like if you Google indie Christian, like we should have like a whole genre of like indie Christian music. And someone's like, oh, that's dumb. It's like, you might think it's dumb, but I don't think it's dumb. I would listen to it. And I bet I could find some other people to listen to it too. So, don't let one person giving you a weird eye like, oh, that's kind of dumb, or oh, that's kind of stupid, or oh, why would you do that? Don't let them discourage you from doing it. How did you get discovered? Mostly I'd listen, yay, indie Christian music. Let's make it a thing, guys. Let me Google it again. I can't remember. But I think I Googled it one time. Yeah, like nothing really like directly pops up. I mean, there's like a few like indie Christian music playlists and stuff like that. But I was like, that'd be kind of cool. Like, what if we had like an indie Christian music festival? We don't have to wait for other people. You don't have to wait for other people to invite you to play their shows or sign you to their record label. So you can start your own thing. Major Christian singer influences. Alan Jackson would be considered. Yeah, I would say that. Major Christian influences. I love Third Day. Seriously, I grew up listening to Third Day. I had the wonderful opportunity to work with Mac Powell. He's actually singing on my album on the song I Can't Save Myself. Wow, I can't think of the name of my own song. So yeah, I actually really do love Third Day. Who are your top 3 Christian artists? Third Day, Need to Breathe. There's a lot out there. I can't decide. Trying to narrow it down like 3. I can't think of the Switchfoot count. I love Switchfoot. I was trying to think of like people who like I could seriously turn on their albums and sing it from top to bottom. Those are probably the 3 bands where you could put on any album and I could tell you what year the album came out. I could tell you who's singing what part, who's playing what part, who was in the band, who was not in the band, what tour they went on that year. Those 3 bands right there. Third Day, Need to Breathe, and Switchfoot. Those are probably the main 3. But obviously I love other bands as well. But those are probably like my 3 favorites. So, and also I have a confession, guys. Like even though I perform live music, I travel doing live music, I can't really like listen to loud music. So I'm very selective in the concerts that I go to. And as much as I love Switchfoot, I can't be like front row center at their concerts because they're so loud. Like it gives me a headache. So do you help people songwrite? I have, yes. I have helped people write songs. I actually really love doing that. So I actually want to start something where I want to have like an online sort of like course thing where people can like log on and we can like write songs together and maybe not write like one song, but show people how to write songs. We do a collab with Leon Bridges. He is so cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I love that. So again, if you're just tuning in, I'm Morgan Harper Nichols. I am 26. How old were you when you got saved? I was 4 years old. Who's Leon Bridges? He is a singer from Fort Worth, Texas. I think I might be making that up. But yes, how can you sell your songs to other artists? Ooh, that's a good question. It's sort of, again, music publishing is one way to do it. And of course, that's probably the more formal, traditional way. But there have seriously been people who have just submitted songs to local artists or other artists, and they ended up getting played on the radio. So I would say, I'm all about doing things organically. Like, yes, I've had a record deal and had music publishing and all that's fancy stuff. And yes, it can be very helpful. And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, don't sign a record deal. You don't need to, just be independent. But I do want to tell you that it works both ways. Like you don't have to wait until you get a record deal. You don't have to wait until you're able to pass your demo to somebody at a concert and say, oh my gosh, please listen to this, please listen to this. Because I did that and I never heard back. And it may not have been that person didn't think I was good. Maybe they just forgot. Maybe they were just really sleepy when I gave it to them, and I never, they never saw it. That doesn't mean that. But I would be lying if I didn't tell you when I was doing that at like 16. I was like, oh, my career's over if they don't get back with me. Like, how am I going to get discovered if I can't get this one person to listen to me? So I definitely know what that's like, sometimes to try to figure out, well, how am I going to get people to discover my songs? Also for songwriters, if you were a songwriter and you do not sing, I will say that, yes, it is a little bit harder sometimes to try to figure out how are you going to get people to sing your songs. Because there are a lot of people who write songs and they don't sing. They don't sing at all. They either don't want to sing or they can't sing. And that's okay. But I will say that does pose a challenge, but it's not impossible to try to find someone to sing your songs. You might be thinking, I wish I could just have like one super famous person to sing this song. Ask your sibling, ask someone in your church, ask your mom. Like, I know it might feel silly, but the music industry isn't just this like thing way up in the sky and, oh, once I get a record deal, everything's going to be huge and super official. It's still organic. Like even when you're in like official settings, it's still about like, again, back to the original topic of who who do you already know, not necessarily how about a producer. I would say if you're just aspiring to be a producer, again, you can start small. Like there are seriously right now iPhone apps, like the GarageBand app, where you can make pretty decent sounding beats. Like, this is one way that technology is awesome. You know, it used to be you had to spend tens of thousands of dollars to get recording equipment in your house. It used to be that if you wanted, like, if you wanted to sing songs before a panel of music industry professionals, you had to pay for some course and go to some school. But y'all, I'm going to tell you, music industry professionals are all up on YouTube, and they're all up on Periscope, and they're all up on Instagram. Like, yes, they might be at the official panels. Yes, there are people who are on American Idol and America's Got Talent who can give you success and fame and show you all these, you know. What is studio time? Studio time, you know, that's when you can pay to have time in the studio. So whether you're with a local producer or you're with some, you know, big producer in Hollywood or Nashville or somewhere, or Atlanta somewhere, you can pay to have time in the studio to record vocals, to record guitar, to even write songs, or whenever you decide. It's weird. I'm not losing my voice. My voice is like scratchy. It's kind of weird. But yeah, anyway, so and what do you think about Kirk Franklin opening up about his insecurity about not singing? Oh, wow, I actually didn't know about that. I actually didn't know about that at all. It's very interesting. I actually did not know about that. But I do know that insecurity is definitely a real issue. Even once you made it to the big times, even once you're, you know, have all the fame and success that you could ever want, insecurity is something that people still battle with. So that's why, you know, I'm so passionate about encouraging people to start dealing with that stuff right now. Like, start dealing with, like, if you, like, just honestly think about somebody that you follow right now on social media and ask yourself, am I being inspired by this person, or am I comparing myself to this person? You know, like, start looking at that now, because it's not just going to magically go away when you get more followers. It's not just going to these feelings aren't just going to magically go. If you don't deal with them, they're only going to get harder and harder to overcome. So I challenge you to deal with that stuff right now. Like, even if you've got 5 followers right now and you follow 5 people, if there's one person that you follow of those 5 people, and you can, every time you look at their page, you're just like, oh, why are they doing that? Or like, you think you might be jealous, but you don't want to be a hater, so you don't want to say anything, but you kind of wish you could say something. So instead, you just passive aggressively post something on your page instead. Even when you have 5 followers, you got to deal with that stuff right now. I'm actually looking forward to becoming a professional camera operator in sports or concerts. That is awesome. That is another good thing. I'm glad you brought that up. If you can find something that you're, like, specifically good at, that you specialize in, y'all, that is key. I know Mandisa once said something super encouraging about not comparing yourself to others. Yeah, I've actually heard her say that as well. Yes, it's very important to not compare yourself to other artists. And that's what it is. Like, you know, have you ever, I'm sure you guys have heard people say, like, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. People say that all the time. Just stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Yeah, y'all, that's true. I know it might feel like it's cliche, but it's true. It's like, find something that you're good at. It's like, you might be able to write worship songs, country songs, Christian hip hop songs, and poetry, and act, and sing, and dance. But of all those things, find 1 or 2 things that you specialize in. Who's your favorite Christian hip hop artist? I really like Propaganda. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Beast. Is it? Oh my gosh, is it Humble Beast? Humble Beast Records, or is it Beast Records?
Humble Beast.
Humble Beast. But I thought it was Beast Records. No, it's Humble Beast. Sorry, I'm forgetting.
Props.
Yes, Humble Beast Records. Sorry, Humble Beast Records. I didn't mean to forget your name. Yeah, so I got an opportunity to tour Propaganda 3 years ago. Yes, I would say me and my husband both, we really love his stuff. Like, we were just, like, so much, like, I mean, it's hip hop, but it's also poetry. And I think that's probably why I like it, because I love poetry. So it combines both of those 2 worlds. So yeah, I really, really like his stuff. Are you feeling the new Christian Grey? I don't think I've heard of y'all so 100 times. I didn't know you had anything new. Andy Mineo. Yeah, I like Andy Mineo stuff too. It's really fun. This is random. I love the hanging light thing in the background. Oh, thank you. Are you talking about that? It's actually not a light. It's actually a pot rack, but we just don't have pots on it. The one thing that's hanging there is, you guys ever heard of the Spartan race? Patrick ran the Spartan race. So that's his medal from running the Spartan race. He does, like, Spartan race and Tough Mudder, and I just sit at home. I don't do those kinds of things. Do you listen to Dolly Parton? Not actively, but I have listened to her. I'm actually a volunteer camera operator from my church. That's awesome. What do you think about Andy Mayo's comments about Christians cussing? I don't know anything about that comment. Sorry. Ohio. Yeah, Ohio in the house. Anybody else from Ohio tonight? Anybody from Las Vegas? I'm headed there soon. Anybody in Nevada? You notice I didn't say Nevada. I said Nevada. Respect. Columbus, Ohio. Vegas in the house. Anybody from Atlanta? I'm headed there soon. Philadelphia, Philly. Yay, I love Philly. I love Philly cheesesteaks. Y'all are awesome. Florida. I love Florida weather when it's not humid. I love Disney World. I haven't been there forever, y'all. South Carolina. I just saw you. I was 5 years old. Anyway, Baltimore, Florida, Shreveport, Texas. Yay, Texas. Covington, Georgia. What? You're my peoples. That's where I grew up. Well, I didn't grow up in Covington. I grew up in Lithonia, and I lived in Oxford. But I did a lot of in Oxford, Georgia. I did a lot of stuff in Conyers. Like the Conyers Starbucks is like the first Starbucks I ever sang in. And there was also like this Christian coffee shop in Covington that this person who said Covington is probably like, I don't care. But anyway, there was this Christian coffee shop there that I used to play. I loved it there. So yeah, any other Georgia folks in the house? Any Louisiana folks in the house? Oh, someone said something funny and I didn't see it. What was funny? Fort Worth. Ooh, you're around the corner from me. I'm just north of Dallas in an undisclosed location. Can't have anybody stalking me. But yes, that's where I live. Girls, I say we want you to meet up with Chloe for songwriting with coordination. That'd be awesome. Yes, that'd be great. That'd be great. So, wow, this has been going on for an hour and a half. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. How do you prepare for a song vocally? By not talking, by not doing what I am right now. And drinking lukewarm water. I never drink cold water. Seriously. I won't say I haven't had a glass of cold water in a long time, but every time I do, I can feel the tension. Because I think, if you're currently in school and you understand science, you can help me out with this because y'all, I graduated high school 10 years ago. Wow, I'm old. Anyway, cold water, I think, doesn't cold water like make things like tighter, tenser? So it has the same effect on your voice. So when you're drinking cold water, it like tightens up your vocals. So don't drink cold water. Don't drink cold water. Drink room temperature or even warm water. I know that sounds weird, but it's worth it. I like it when they froze Mr. Fantastic. Agreed. Yes, cold restricts blood flow. Thank you. I knew that someone would come along and say that in an intellectual way. Should it take talking warm your voice up? Now that I don't know. If you're a professional vocal coach, please leave a comment and tell me how that works because I actually don't know. Could you sing morning? Yeah, I could sing again. Why not? My handy dandy guitar here. And thanks to all you YouTube viewers hanging out, all three of you guys. I was starting to wonder, I was like, is Periscope even still a thing? But I guess it is because we've got 264 here and we only have three, not only three, we have 3 awesome people on YouTube. I made a mess of my yesterday. I gave him my best. He still made mistakes. But praise God for mercy. It's due every day. 'Cause I know that you're with me. 'Cause I'm not afraid of tomorrow. Waking up, it's finally morning. While I've been asleep, you've been restoring, yeah. Don't let my joy, my dreams. Now I can see the sun rise. Praise God for the morning. Praise God for the morning. Yeah. Someone asked me to sing Lead Me Back. That is my song. Y'all, this guitar is so out of tune. Ooh. all you guitar players out there, I learned a cool trick last year. When you're tuning, like when you're having to tune up, so you're having to tune it sharp, it's actually good to tune down and then tune back up because it creates tension. So the string stays a little bit better. And it's also good when the strings are as old as these because after a while, those strings start to get a little wobbly, you know? So, ooh, gross. I heard you say that before and it totally helped. Yeah, I probably have said it before. Y'all, when I find out a fact, I'm super excited. I love facts. I love random facts. How long have I been playing? I've been playing for 12 years almost. Can you sing Morning is Broken? I don't know if I know that one. How late is it too late to call your mom? I don't know. Periscope is messing up. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what key to play. Leave it back to you. And I've been built for a kingdom without truth. Said I never left, that I believed it. Let me come alive in you. For this world will slip away, but you will still remain. Lead me back to you. Lead me back to you. You say simply trust in me wholly, guiding me slowly. I'll give you what I can. I'll hand you all I am. Right on every wall that I've been built for a king. I wish I could choose. Turn on every light that I believe in. Let me come alive in you. For this world will slip away, but you will still remain. Lead me back to you. Lead me back to you. Someone asked if you were self-taught. Yes, I am. Did you learn to play guitar on your own? Yes, I did. I learned using ultimateguitar.com. I should get an endorsement from ultimateguitar.com because a lot of times I have said that in my life. Ultimateguitar.com, they had all the, lead sheets and chords, and I just started playing along to songs I heard, got me a capo, and that's how I learned. And in the beginning, I really did have to practice every single day. How do you figure out strumming patterns? They came naturally for me. I know there are actually like some tricks that you can learn to like strum down, strum up, strum up. I have never learned that. That is beyond me. For me, I was just like, I'm just gonna keep strumming, and eventually, your wrist kind of gets used to, strumming. So that was kind of a bad example. But how can we join you on YouTube? If you go to itsmorgan.com/live, there's a big gigantic link that says YouTube. Just click on it and it'll take you right to the YouTube version. Can you sing Do Life Big? I don't know if I know Do Life Big. Don't touch on me. I know it, but I have a difficult time with bar chords. Yeah, bar chords are hard, but are you trying bar chords with a capo? That's a good way to start, because what it does is the capo will clamp especially when you have it on like the 5th fret, it'll clamp down enough to make it just a little bit easier to play the bar chord, if that makes sense. I love King for King Country. They're awesome. I've attempted to sing some of their songs here before, but not very good. I'm not very good at singing. I love to sing worship songs. But if it's not worship songs, I know this might sound crazy, even Jamie's songs are hard for me to sing. I love to sing worship songs, and I sing my own songs. What you do right now. Y'all, be sure to check out Right Now and Tough. Those are my 2 iTunes exclusive songs. So if anybody requests Right Now or Tough, I know you guys are I'm not saying other people are, but I know you guys are true fans, because those songs are only available on iTunes. Thank you. There's some of my favorites too. Right now, you're doing something somehow. Even in these little moments, point A, point B, you hold a broken heart in me. I know I'm not alone right now. Oh. There you go. I'll check the songs out. They're seriously like my favorite. Like, thank you so much. I'll sing a few more for you guys. Let love explode and ring the dead to life. A love so bold to see revolution somehow. Lost in your freedom. In this world I will overcome. 'Cause my God's not dead. He's surely alive and he's living on the inside. Roaring like a lion, my God's not dead. He's surely alive and he's living on the inside. Roaring like a lion, roaring. Oh, he's roaring like a lion. Oh, he's roaring like a lion. Do, 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 do. This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love. That you would take my place. That you would pay my cross. You lay down your life. That I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy, 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 oh. Have you heard Alan's cover of All I Need Is You? I have not. Saturday. Yeah, so tomorrow, anybody guys know, does your mom sing to you? Yes, she does. Does anybody know what D Now is? I'm doing D Now tomorrow in Ackworth, Georgia. So super excited about that. I'm gonna be singing some songs there for them. I can't sing White Boots without Jamie. Sorry. I don't know riff about Leon with Leon Bridget, y'all. I told you guys, I seriously only know like worship songs. What is that? D Now is Disciple Now. It's like a youth thing that's like all over the place. It's super awesome. So I've never actually been on. I can't sing Brother without Jamie either. I know that sounds like it. Seriously. We only do those songs together. Good Father. Sure, I can do that one. I know that one. You're a good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect to know your ways. You are perfect to know your ways. You are perfect to know your ways. Who you are. Love that song. I don't need my name in lights, famous in my Father's eyes. Make no mistake, he knows my name. I'm not living for applause, I'm already showed up. It's all his stage, he knows my name. Isn't that like the perfect lyric for what we're talking about tonight? I don't need my name in lights, famous in my Father's eyes. Make no mistake, he knows my name. I'm not living shadow. It's all his stage. He knows my name. Grace wins. I need to learn that one. Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Hello, my name is Child of the One True King. And sorry, Matt, that's the only word line I know. I was trying to say Matthew West, and I kept saying Matt. Sorry. Another one line. Are you on Lauren Daigle's album? I swear you were vocal. Oh, thank you. It's really funny. Yes, I'm singing on her album, and she's singing on mine. She's singing on my song Storyteller, and I'm singing on her song Oh Lord, and I can't remember the other ones. I'm singing on like 3 or 4 others. Oh Lord, and then my favorite on her album is Loyal. Oh, that song. I'm singing on that one. And I promise I'm not just saying it because I'm singing on that album. Like the first time I heard it, I was just like, this song's amazing. And I'm singing on like 2 others, but I don't remember which ones. I knew that was you. Oh Lord is my jam. Yeah, like that. That's me. Loyal. That song is so good. I'm not about to try to sing it right now. Do you know any Build 429 songs? I know a little bit of I think I know their song We Won't Be Shaken a little bit. Let's see. Whatever will come my way, fire pouring rain, we won't be shaken, no, we won't be shaken. Whatever tomorrow brings, together we'll rise and sing, and we won't be shaken, no, we won't be shaken, no. Oh, 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 oh. No, you won't be shaken, no. I don't know if I know Unusual by Francesca Battistelli. There are so many songs out there. I'm sorry, I don't know them all. Well, I gotta get ready to go soon. I'm gonna hang out for a few more minutes. You and Jamie should Periscope together soon. Yeah, we should. We'll be together near each other. I can't talk. Soon. So yeah, we'll probably get together and do something on Periscope because it definitely has been a minute. I love Guitar Scope. Thanks, Roy. I needed this tonight. Oh, thank you for tuning in, Emma. I think that was Emma. So yeah, be sure to follow me. This page right here, this Periscope, this YouTube channel. This is not my my music channel. So this is It's Morgan Media. What It's Morgan Media is where I talk about social media and I talk about encouraging people with their blogs and their businesses to just stay focused and not compare yourself to other people and do the things you love. So yeah, and of course I incorporate music because I do music, so I try to make it a little fun. So if you started falling asleep, that's why I like to play music, so you can stay focused. So yeah, just if you're on a iPhone device, I think all you have to do is an Apple device, just swipe to the left, and you'll see like a picture of me. Oh, and I'm actually on my iPad. I'm seeing all the hearts that have come in. Thank you, Kristen. I didn't know you were here. Thank you, Kristen and Kendall and Timothy for all the hearts. And Sarah Kerr, 410 hearts. That is insane. And y'all, total shout out. Like seriously, all these people who are leaving hearts are amazingly talented people. Like Kristen Taylor, incredible singer. Kendall, incredible singer. Sarah Kerr, incredible singer. Oh, I see Terrence and Parade. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at all the hearts. And Jamie Grace. Oh my gosh. Okay. But Ebony McCain, Danny Green. I see all your hearts. Angela Taylor. Now the thing's freezing and I can't read it. Bryson Bailey. Ava. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. I see you tuning in. I see you guys. I see ya. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, you can follow this page. See, I'm trying to watch it on my iPad here. Yeah, I think we might be losing some connection. Leave a comment if you can still see this because now it's saying that connection is lost on my iPad. Should I try to get to church? I should try to get my church to get you to come sing. Yes, that'll be awesome. I love it. I'm here. Oh, awesome. You can still see it. Okay, maybe it's just my internet connection. But Sweet. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. Anybody else have any other questions? Again, if you're coming into this a little bit later, you're not sure, like, what is this thing? What is she talking about? I wrote a blog post and I talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's just talking about, it's not about who you know, and it's not about getting in front of the right people, because the Hello from Las Vegas, I will be there soon, April 9th. I'll see you soon. It's not about being famous. It's not about, oh, I gotta make sure I get in front of the right people. That's not what it's about. The right people are the people that are right in front of you. And build a relationship with those people first. And it will grow. Like when you plant seeds, they will grow. Will you feature propaganda in one of your songs? Oh yeah, of course. That'd be amazing. But yeah, anyway, that's just kind of what this is about, because I know it can get tough. Even if you're just doing it for fun, even if you're just blogging for fun or making music for fun, or or if you're trying to do it as a career, I know it can get hard. It can get discouraging. You can start to feel like, why am I doing all this and only 5 people bought my song? Or I played shows. I played one show where one person showed up. I haven't had a show where no one showed up, but I had a show where I may have had a show where one person showed up, no people showed up, and I probably forgot about it, because I'm like, how has that not happened to me yet? Like, I feel like it's happened. Patrick, have I ever played a show where nobody showed up? No. I know I played a show where one. I feel like
one person.
Yeah, technically it was 2.
Well, yeah.
Because he brought his lady friend. It was a guy. He used my show as a date, and I felt really bad because it got there and it was just kind of a double date, because it was me and my husband and him and his lady. It's like, sorry, not to make this awkward. You're the definition of a hero. Oh, thank you. But yeah, so I was just saying that. Oh yeah, I was like, I've played a show where one person came. Well, it was 2 people. So it sounded more dramatic to say one, but it was definitely 2 people. But it was awkward, y'all. I mean, it can be hard. Like, you're like, why am I doing all this? Like, why did I learn all these songs? Like, why did I write all these songs and one person shows up? Like, why do that? But that's why this exists. Like, that's why it's morganmedia.com. You can get the link. Sorry, not to pull up, but hey, that's what this is about. I just want to share with you guys what I do. I'm writing a book. I have written it and I'm finishing it in my email. So if you follow my email, you can get messages like this, just daily reminders to keep on pushing and to not give up because you had a meeting and it wasn't what you thought, to not give up because you interviewed and you didn't get the job, to not give up because you went to the audition and you never got a call back, to not, shut down and say, oh, well, I guess I can't, have a career in music because I got to go work at Starbucks now. Hey, that's fine. You might have to work at Starbucks, but you could be that one barista who can bring the house down when she starts to sing. You can be that person. You can be that person. And then when the opportunity comes and you no longer work at Starbucks, you can go back to that Starbucks and be like, hey, I used to work here. It used to be cool. I mean, I worked as an admission counselor for almost 2 years. It was not music related at all. And I used to go to high schools. And I would set up the table for and pass out brochures to tell people about the school that I was recruiting for. And I mean, I love my job, but sometimes it was flat out awkward because people would like recognize me from YouTube videos and be like, hey, don't you sing and stuff? Like, aren't you Jamie Grace's sister? And they would say it in like a funny way, like, oh, like that's not, that's not, I did B-Days for months ago. I'm not sure what that is. But people would say like, oh, like, aren't you supposed to be like a singer? Because people have this, I won't even say impression, I'll say stigma almost, that artists can't also work at a day job, that we can't also work in a cubicle, that we can't also, you can be a poet who works in a cubicle. And then if your poetry gets to a point where you no longer have to work in that cubicle, that is fine. That is totally fine. You can go play a show and have a time of your life at a packed out youth group across town and wake up the next morning and go to McDonald's and work there. Okay. And I'm not saying that to be funny. Those are people's actual stories. There are people, Faith Hill started working in McDonald's. That was her first job, was McDonald's. There's actually some lists, like if you Google it, like actually you don't have to Google it, but there's some lists out there. There's like a bunch of celebrities worked at McDonald's. But so we can't let we're in Vegas on April 9th. I actually don't know, but if you go to our website, it's Morgan.com, and you click on the tour dates, you will actually see a link to where it is. Because I don't know where, but it's like at some kind of fairgrounds or something like that. That's where I will be in Las Vegas on April 9th. So I would love to see you there if you were in the area. So yeah, that's essentially why I created this, because of course it's still music related, but it's not directly music. So I just wanted to, because I have people that follow my music page that don't care about any of this kind of stuff. And that's totally okay, because they're following me for music, and that's wonderful. So follow my music page. It's Morgan Music. That's all great. But if you're interested in just being encouraged, and when you're just tired of going to that same job every day, or you're just ready to finally graduate from school and chase your dreams, and you feel so stuck and you don't feel like anybody's helping you, and you're just all alone, and nobody gets you, nobody gets your art, nobody reads your blog, or I've been there, and I'm not the only person who's been there. So I'm not saying like, oh, come to me and I will help you, but it's morganmedia.com. It's just a way to be encouraged, and you literally just look the whole life. Oh, hey, that's my life too. Yeah, I have been there, y'all. I have been there. I have sat in my car and driven places and like on my way to work, like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't want to do this job. Like, this is not what I feel like I'm called to do. But those were the moments that God used to strengthen me as a person, and He used to strengthen me as an artist. And I think it was Christine Kane that said this once. I was watching a sermon of hers on I can't remember where it was, but I'm pretty sure it was her. She was saying, she was like, I'm totally paraphrasing her, so please don't quote me and say this is what Christine Kane said, because she said it way better than this. But she said something that said like, that's where like the anointing happens, like when God is putting you in that place where nobody else sees you. And so oftentimes, like, we're trying to get to that platform so quickly that we miss that opportunity that we have, for God to build us and to shape us. Like when we're not all dressed up and dolled up and out in the world and in the spotlight. So, think of it when you're getting up tomorrow morning and you're headed to that job, or you're headed to that school where you do not fit in with the kids that you go to school with, or the people that you're in college with, and you do not fit in with your coworkers, and they make fun of you, or they don't support you, or you feel left out. Think about it that way. It's like, I am like literally being strengthened today. Like, I am literally being given a story to tell on this very day. Like, this is actually my story. Like, this horrible day that I'm having is a chapter in the story of my life that I'm going to be able to tell 5 months from now, 5 years from now, that is actually going to help somebody. That I'm going to be able to look and say, wow, look how far I've come from that day. It's like, I used to wake up every day hating my job, dreading what I had to do. But now, you know what? I still work at this job, but I have found a way to incorporate the things that I love and to do things that I'm passionate about, and to, again, back to Ephesians 5:16, make the most of every opportunity. Y'all, it is possible. And again, that's what this whole thing is about for me. This is why I do this. This is why I take the time when I've got a million things to do, because I'm about to fly out at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got so much to do. I have not packed. I have not packed at all, and I'm going to be out of town for like a whole week. But I take the time to do this because I know that there are people right now scrolling through their Instagram, that's why you just go, oh, wow, well, thanks. I know people scrolling through their Instagram, looking at that person, that artist, like, oh, why can't I just be there? Why can't I just have that? Why can't I just be married yet? Why can't I just have graduated from college? Why can't I just have this amount of money? Why can't I just have this job? I know how that feels. I know how that feels, y'all. I know how it feels. But just know that you are right where you need to be. You are, because God is giving you this life to live. And how often are you planning on Periscoping? At least once a week. So I'm going to try to do like a strictly music one where I will definitely Periscope musically, and I want to try to also do this as well. So, I didn't really realize that Periscope was like a thing. Like, please don't be offended, like, if you use Periscope all the time. Oh, you're crying again. Please don't be offended. I'm like, like I said, I'm all about Instagram, and then I try to remember to do the other things. And yeah, but it seems like that people are so really into Periscope, and I do love Periscope. So I'm definitely going to try to come back and do this more often. This has been a ton of fun. And again, last time I'm going to say it, you can follow itsmorganmedia.com. And you will find blog posts. Even if you don't want to get on a mailing list, that's fine. I won't be hurt. I won't be hurt. But I might think about being hurt, but I won't be hurt. Anyway, if you don't want to get on my mailing list, that's not really your thing. That is okay. I will also be posting this stuff on Instagram and Facebook. It's just sometimes a little bit easier if you can find it in your inbox. But yeah, it's up to you, however you want to follow it. I have some other posts up there. Like I have a post that I sent out, and this is kind of just to give you an idea. Like I have a post called 2 Proven Ways to Start a Business with No Money for Creatives. There are 2 things I did, and they were successful for me. So if you're sitting at home and you're just looking for a way to make a little extra money so you can pay a bill or buy you a new shirt, that might be helpful to you. So I'll have another blog post called The Beginner's Guide to Good Free Stock Photos. So I do a lot of stuff with quotes, and I love to post quotes, but I never use a photo unless I have permission. I know there are a lot of accounts, there are a lot of people out there who do that, and it's like, oh, I just got it off Twitter or Instagram or Pinterest. You can't do that. You can't just take people's photos. I know it's a controversial topic, but as someone who's been a photographer, you can't just take people's photos and just use them. Like, you have to have permission. So it can be hard to find permission. I had a ministry ask me to do that. He didn't get asked to do that. I'm not sure. I can't remember what I said. I quit over it. Oh, I don't know what you were responding to. But yeah, so The Beginner's Guide to Free Stock Photos. I have like a whole list on there. Oh, the stealing pics. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. It's like you can't just take people's pictures. Like I know it's hard. I mean, there's some Instagram accounts, like, y'all, I'm not saying this to bash anybody, but there's some accounts out there who have like a whole bunch of followers, and every picture on there, they never ask anybody for permission. And not only did they not ask for permission, but they're selling products on their page. And if you're using, like, you can really get in trouble if you're like, even if you have like an Etsy shop and you're using other people's photos without their permission. Like, sorry, I did have to take a break and make a because it's a really serious issue, and a lot of photographers, they don't want their stuff just out, their hard work just out there, and it's on stuff that they have that where it doesn't belong. Do you know if any other Christian artists do Periscope? I don't know. I actually happen to know that Matthew West does. I think he does like the Facebook live stream. I've been wanting to try that out. I know he does that, but I don't know any other artists off the top of my head. Sorry, I was like popping my back. I know that looked kind of weird. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I blog about. Like people ask me like, oh, how did you, grow your blog account, QWC Devos? Like, how did you get that to so many followers? I talk about stuff like that. I break that down for you. So, if you have a blog or a ministry or an organization or a musician and you want to grow your following, I give away a lot of this stuff for free. And I'm not the only person out there doing this. There are lots of sites that you can find. So if you don't really like mine, that's okay. There are other people out there who can help you do this as well. This is just sort of the way I think and how my brain kind of works. And who is he or she? Never heard of that person. So yeah, these are the kind of posts you will find over on the blog. It's pretty lovely. So here's some of the awesome free stock photos you can get. Let me show you. I was super happy with the ones I selected. So this is the blog post I wrote. It's Beginner's Guide to Really Good Free Stock Photos. Unsplash.com. You probably, if you're like a graphic designer or something, you probably already know about them. They're pretty awesome. There's tons of free photos on there. Pixabay.com is another good one. Pexels.com, Snapwire Snaps, Gratisography, however you say that. And then there's all the free stock. Oh, we haven't eaten dinner yet. Sorry, Patrick's like motioning. I'm filming you right now. He's like motioning like, we haven't eaten dinner. I'm going to go do that, y'all. It's 9 o'clock. I think there's something wrong with me. You've been waiting? Oh, you should have told me. You could have interrupted me. I feel so bad. Patrick just been like sitting there waiting for me to get done with this, and I'm just like going on and on and on, and we haven't even eaten dinner yet. Christian Hip Hop's like, bye. Oh, Torrin Wells just did a Periscope. Somebody asked if Christian artists do Periscopes. Torrin Wells from Royals here. He's doing one now. It just popped up on my iPad. Thanks for waiting. Emma says thanks for waiting. I think it's Emma or Amy. Still here. All right. Well, the food's going in the microwave right now. In the oven. Oh, what are we eating?
Lasagna.
Oh, you're putting lasagna in the oven. It tastes good in the microwave. I had some for lunch.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I did heat up the
all
oven
about
because I'm
that.
making s'mores.
All about that leftover lasagna life. Who likes leftover lasagna? I do. It's so good, y'all. It's not like homemade. It's not even Stouffer's. It's like the off-brand Stouffer's. But how much was it?
$10
$10
for a family pack,
for a family pack.
which serves.
Don't tell me if you put serves. Only two people eating it. Yeah, we got it at Tom Thumb. I didn't know about Tom Thumb until I moved to Texas. Is that just a Texas thing, or do y'all have it at other places? Like, is that Oklahoma too? Maybe. I don't know. Tom Thumb? Anybody ring a bell? Is anybody's grocery store doing that? Sorry, this is totally off topic. Is anybody's grocery store doing the Monopoly? Like, I think Kroger's doing it. Tom Thumb is doing it, like the Monopoly, where you have to get the little coupons. Anybody doing that? We're pretty serious about it. I'm trying to win $1 million. We are only missing 2 off that little area to win $1 million. Okay, I see a lot of hearts. Maybe somebody's heard of it. Maybe not. Maybe it's not a thing. Yes, Acme Supermarket. Maybe Brookshire's. Yeah, is it Brookshire's or Brookshire's? I know. Yeah, it's not like the McDonald's Monopoly. Like, there's like a grocery store Monopoly now. I think it's a little bit easier to win. Some of the prizes are a little lame though. It's like, win a picnic basket. And watch, that's going to be the only one. See, I don't know. I don't think Publix is doing it. It's like whatever like the chain of like Tom Thumb and Kroger is. I think it's that chain that's doing it. But anyway, go check that out. If you're just grocery shopping, you should ask them for the Monopoly board if they have it, because it's kind of fun. I have my Rule Town, but we miss so much. I'm all about the fuel points from the grocery store. Me too. My sister is too. Jamie is all about her fuel points at the grocery store, getting free gas. All about that kind of stuff. So, and I knew there's another cool post on my blog that I wanted to share with you guys. So, I have this right here. It's called an Instagram progress tracker. I made this. I made that. So, I'm super proud of it. So what that is it's a way to track your Instagram growth. So let's say you have a blog or ministry and you want to get serious about tracking the growth on said blog or ministry. I created this just to sort of give you just sort of some guidance as to how to effectively do that. So it goes over, what's your Instagram, what's your account name? Do you have a backup account? That's super important because a lot of people don't know this, but sometimes if your account gets hacked, it's not always recoverable. So you could get hacked and legitimately never ever get back into your account again, even if you have thousands of followers. So it's good to have a backup account. So a lot of people ask me like, Morgan, why don't you just put all of your Instagram stuff on one page? Well, if I ever get hacked, I have another account. I actually have 3 accounts total. So, make sure that you don't lose all that hard work you've done. So current amount of people you follow, different things you can focus on. So yeah, it's just really cool. And again, if you're not really into all that kind of stuff, that's totally fine. I'm not telling you got to track your progress on Instagram, for pictures of your cat. But if you're interested in having like an Etsy shop, or you're interested in being an artist, you do have to pay attention to these things. So, it's good to have, this is personal opinion here, but I think it's good to have a personal page and have a professional page, because when it comes to your personal page, you shouldn't have to always be thinking about, is my lighting good for my selfie? Or, does this go with my brand? You should have a page where you can just post pictures of your cat, for your relatives. Or if you have kids, you can just post pictures of your kids running around. But if you have a business, or if you're, aspiring to have a business, I personally think it's good to have 2 accounts. So speaking of getting hacked, I heard that Donald Trump got hacked. Don't know if it's true or not. People with a lot of followers like that get hacked all the time. Like, it's crazy how much they get hacked. But thankfully, a lot of sites have a lot of the apps and things are coming up with two-step verification. I know Instagram has it now, so they have 2 steps. That makes it a little bit harder for hackers to get in. Are you and Jamie going to make a concert? I don't think we're going to be at that concert. Sorry about that. It sounds fun though. It sounds fun. Well, anybody, you want to know anything about social media and stuff? I'm about to eat dinner, but I would love to answer any questions if you had about like how to be effective on social media and how to, keep followers or get followers. I don't mean that in like a greedy way. I mean like in an authentic, like, Morgan, I really do want to grow my brand. Like, it's good for me to hear these questions because when I'm writing this book and when I'm sharing these posts, like I want to be able to, I'm not saying I'm like an expert, but I've learned a few things and I want to be able to help other people and I want to be able to help people grow their blogs and grow their businesses and all that kind of fun stuff. And I have a lot of fun experimenting with things. I've had, I don't even know how many blogs I've had, but I've been blogging for a very long time. How do you maximize your reach? I try to post things that people will want to share with their friends. There are a lot of strategies that you can do, but I'm all about finding free strategies because I don't have like huge marketing budgets and stuff like that. So one of my favorite free strategies, and be authentic about it. Don't just do that whole tags for likes thing because it's getting to the point now where so many people are just following just to get follows back and they're liking just to get likes back that people can see. I'm just gonna be blunt about it. People can see right through that. Like they can tell when you're being genuine and authentic, and they can tell when you're just doing stuff just to get followers. Like that's not the way to go because even if you got 1,000 random followers today, if you're blogging about music and these people that follow you don't even care about music, then what good is it to have all those followers? What good is it to have 100,000 followers but only 2 people are commenting? It's just a number. So, when you think about maximizing your reach and you think about actually growing your brand, they would just delete you later and then what? Exactly, yeah. They'll just leave. They'll be like, why am I following this person? Oh, that's because they randomly followed me that day. Well, I don't care anything about what they're posting, so I'm just going to delete them. And that happens all the time. So you want people, yes, quality versus quantity. Yes, it is just silly. It's silly. And I think sometimes, people they're not trying to be vicious or malicious or anything. It's just kind of like social media kind of feels like a game sometimes. It's like, oh, look, I got a new follower. It gets exciting to see that little, on Instagram, see that little orange thing pop up. Somebody liked your photo or somebody follows you. It gets really exciting. But you still have to remember that there's still real life happening outside of the frame of your phone. And also that behind these phones, there are real people. Yes, there are bots, but there are also real people. And if you look at somebody's profile, like here's an example, you might be a 14-year-old girl and you might be, oh, I got to get more followers. Well, you've got to ask yourself, like, do I need, if I'm a 14-year-old girl posting about like my favorite scriptures and my favorite Bible verses and my favorite outfits, do I need some guy who's 60 years old following my page? Like, do I have to go and follow everybody, any and everybody, just to say I have followers? No, you don't. You don't. Even if it means you have more followers, it's not worth it. And I could go on and on about things that people do to get followers, but I won't get into that. But I will say that going back to what we were originally talking about, I will say that when it comes to maximizing your reach, try to get authentic followers. Like, try to get people who are actually going to care about what you have to say. Here's an example. With my devotional that I have, that's called Quiet Women Co-Devotional. So it's QWC and then Devos. I have 57,000 followers there. And again, I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm not sharing this to say, oh, look what I did. I did not buy those followers. I did not do like, let me just go follow a whole bunch of people and hope they follow me back. I did not do that. I follow about 5,000 people, but every single one of those 5,000 people, they are other Christian women who are interested in what I'm posting about because I'm posting content for Christian women. It doesn't make sense for me to go just randomly start following people who are just interested in motocross. Even if they follow me back, if they're not interested in following content that has to do with Christian women, then they're not going to enjoy what I'm posting. So that's what I did. And by that, I created a community. And yes, I follow you and you follow me. Hey, yeah. So I follow people that I'm like, you know what? I think this person, I think we could get along. I think, or maybe it's some other ministry. Like, oh, I think we have something in common. But you don't have to just go follow random people just to get followers. And I'm telling you, like, I know it works. It works. It really does. Just work on getting genuine followers and genuine people who are willing to listen and who are willing to, be a part of what you're doing. I just wanted to say a quick hello. I love you, your sister for Kansas City. Oh, thank you so much. Love the Storyteller fam. Yes. So I'll go over really quick a couple of hashtag things. So thank you for bringing that up. Storyteller fam is it started on social media. That all makes total sense. Focus on people, not the numbers. Yes, that is so true. Storyteller fam is another example of that. It's a small community. I think on Instagram we might have like 2,000 followers. I don't know, maybe 5,000. I'm not sure, but if we get more followers, then great. But right now, I know that community is a tight, close-knit community, and it doesn't need a bunch of followers in order for it to be a legit community. So I haven't put any marketing effort or anything into that. Not because I don't believe in it, not because I don't think it's good enough, but because the people that we have there, they're part of that community, and it really works the way it is. I'm getting back to praise and worship rehearsal. I run this out for church. Oh, awesome. That's cool. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're chiming out, chiming out. I don't know. Anybody else have any other questions before I get ready to log off and go pack and be a grown up? Anything? Don't forget, you can follow me. Just swipe to the left or swipe up, depending on if you're Apple or Android. And you can follow this page and get tons of, do you have any prayer requests? Just safe travels for tomorrow. We're getting ready to fly over to the East Coast. I'm from Texas. Gonna go do that. Ooh, that lasagna is smelling good. Hey, can you and Patrick sing something real quick? Patrick, we should sing a song. You wanna sing? Favorite Christian movie on Netflix? I don't have Netflix. I don't know what's on there.
Do I want to sing?
It took him that long to think of a song. He can't sing. He tries.
You don't want to hear
They
me
say,
sing.
please, Patrick.
I have really bad allergies right now.
Oh, it's the allergies.
And my capability of singing would be so altered.
Oh, is this my
because I'm so
lasagna? Is that my
stuffy.
lasagna?
Yes.
Okay, it's officially, this is officially over now. I'm about to eat some lasagna. Is it hot?
Yes.
Oh, it's really hot. Gotta give that a minute. Good night from Houston. Love ya. Oh, hey, Houston.
Houston.
See you later. Bye. Well, you guys see that smoke coming up on there? I can't eat that. I'm gonna squish that out. Anyway, let's get going. Come check out my website. It'sMorgan.com is where I host everything, and then It'sMorganMedia.com is for all this kind of stuff, advice, tips. We have a lot of fun, and we also have like a little community called Team Dwell. Dwell stands for Doing What I Love. So DWIL, Team Dwell. You can find out all that stuff just by going to It'sMorgan.com and then It'sMorganMedia.com just for this kind of stuff. I would love to chat with you guys some more, but I gotta go. I gotta run. And yeah, don't forget to follow along. And I think that's it. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna go eat some lasagna. Thanks. It's been for being so encouraging. You are so welcome. I enjoy doing this, and I plan on doing more. Oh, and follow me on Snapchat too. I just have a music Snapchat. Well, I have 2 Snapchats. I kind of should get one for this, but I don't really feel like getting another Snapchat. Oh, Snapchat's so hard. Anyway, it's Morgan Music on Snapchat. It's Morgan Life on Snapchat. And soon, it's Morgan Media on Snapchat. Yes, I have 2 Snapchats, almost 3 Snapchats. But you know what? It works for me to organize and categorize everything. So you can pick a show you want to follow and get Snapchat tips from Jamie. Oh, yeah, I know. Jamie's like the Snapchat queen. Which, if you've been following Jamie for a while, you know that I'm actually the one who got her on Snapchat. She was like anti-Snapchat for a very long time, for good reasons, because, Snapchat does have some weird features, but they have since turned it into a cool community that does other things. But she was not about Snapchat life. But I was on Snapchat, and then she got on Snapchat, and now she's all about Snapchat, and I'm just kind of hanging out in the background. But anyway, I'm supposed to be ending this forever ago. It's 9:15 here in Texas, and I'm hungry, and I'm about to eat my lasagna. So see you guys later, and I hope to catch up with you guys on my mailing list or on Instagram and Facebook. Talk to you and Snapchat. Talk to you later. Bye. You swipe down to stop. See, this is how often I do Periscopes. I don't even know turn on. Swipe down to stop. Stop broadcast.